Alright folks, buckle up. We're about to spend an unhealthy amount of time diving into the most useless, ridiculous, and completely unnecessary programming facts you've ever heard. This information will not make you a better developer, it will not help you land a job, but it will make you that weird person at the party who won't stop talking about obscure compiler bugs. Let's do it. In 1947, engineers working on the Harvard Mark II computer found an actual moth stuck inside a relay, causing it to malfunction. Grace Hopper taped it into a logbook, and from that moment forward, debugging became part of the developer lexicon. So technically, every software engineer today owes their job to a dead moth. PHP started as a personal project by Rasmus Ledorf to track his online resume. It wasn't even meant to be a real language. Then, developers got their hands on it, ignored the warning signs, and now half the internet runs on a language its creator barely wanted to maintain. The Windows 95 Start button was a joke. Microsoft wasn't sure how people would react to a graphical start menu, so they ran an ad campaign with the Rolling Stones. Start me up playing in the background. It worked, except now every Windows update tries to reinvent the start menu like it's the wheel. JavaScript and Java have nothing in common. The name JavaScript was a marketing stunt. Netscape saw Java was popular and decided to slap Java into their scripting language to ride the hype. The first ever website still exists. Tim Berners-Lee created the first website in 1991. And you can still visit it today at info.cern.ch. No JavaScript, no CSS, just raw HTML the way the web gods intended. Large language models are bad at math. Despite being trained on billions of words, most large language models struggle with basic arithmetic. So next time an AI confidently tells you that 7 times 8 is 54, just remember, it knows everything about Shakespeare, but can't count past 10. LLMs are basically overconfident know-it-alls. If you ask an LLM a question, it will always give you an answer, even if it has no clue. This is called hallucination. But let's be real, it's just AI making things up with enough confidence to get hired as a Silicon Valley consultant. Somebody once ran Doom on a printer. A developer managed to get Doom running on a Canon printer by exploiting a security vulnerability. So if your printer ever refuses to work, just remember, someone out there got it to play Doom before it could reliably print a PDF. The world's first emoji set was made by a paper company. Before Apple made emoji mainstream, a Japanese pager company called NTT Docomo released the first set of 176 pixelated emoji in 1999. They were designed by a guy named Shigetaka Kurita, and yes, the original set looks like something a Nokia 3310 would display during a nuclear apocalypse. JavaScript can't handle big numbers. Try adding 0.1 plus 0.2 in JavaScript. You'd expect 0.3, but you get 0.30000000004. Turns out JavaScript and accuracy have never been on speaking terms. Cosmic rays have crashed computers. In 2003, a single bit flip caused by a cosmic ray corrupted an electronic voting machine, adding over 4,000 extra votes. Meaning sometimes your code doesn't fail because it's bad. It fails because the universe is literally throwing radiation at your CPU. The first iPhone didn't have copy-paste. Steve Jobs unveiled the iPhone in 2007, and everyone thought it was revolutionary. Until they realized it didn't have copy-paste. Apple took 2 years to add a feature that computers had since the 70s. Elon Musk's first startup was a city guide website. Before PayPal and Tesla, Elon Musk made Zip2, which was basically Google Maps before Google Maps. His company later sold for $307 million. So yeah, it worked out for him. Nintendo started as a playing card company. Before making consoles, Nintendo sold handmade playing cards in the 1880s. They also briefly ran a taxi service, manufactured instant rice, and even tried making a love hotel chain. It's a miracle they ended up making Mario instead of, well, other things. The space shuttle ran on less power than your phone. The computers that powered the Apollo space missions had roughly the same processing power as a modern toaster. Let that sink in. NASA put humans on the moon with less tech than what runs TikTok. You can still visit the first ever meme. The first meme was an ASCII art of a dancing baby called Baby Cha Cha Cha, created in 1996. And yes, it's still online. The internet never forgets. The first digital computer weighed more than an elephant. ENIAC, the first digital computer, weighed 27 tons. That's the weight of about 4 elephants, or roughly the same as a fully loaded Google Chrome browser. Whitespace is a programming language. There exists a programming language where only spaces, tabs, and newslines matter. It's called whitespace. If you thought Python's indentation rules were strict, you haven't seen anything yet. There's a joke language called brainfr. Yes, that's the actual name. It has only 8 commands and it's intentionally designed to be as difficult to use as possible. It's the tech equivalent of a medieval torture device. The original macOS had a secret virtual pet. Hidden in the original Macintosh operating system was Clarus, the dog cow, a weird hybrid animal that only existed to make developers laugh. It made a moof sound. No, we don't know why. There's an entire website dedicated to the JavaScript equality operator. If you ever feel like suffering, visit WTFJS.com. It's an entire site documenting the bizarre, nonsensical results of JavaScript's loose equality comparisons. Yes, empty array double equals not empty array is true. Don't ask why. The first version of Windows had no overlapping windows. Despite being called Windows, the first version of Microsoft's OS only allowed users to tile windows side by side. Because apparently, Microsoft misunderstood the assignment. A typo once took down Amazon. In 2017, an Amazon S3 outage brought down half the internet because an engineer accidentally mistyped a single command while debugging. Hope that guy had his resume ready. The FBI once used a fake scrolling text effect to trick hackers. In the 90s, the FBI inserted a fake terminal command prompt into a honeypot server that just endlessly scrolled meaningless hacking commands to keep criminals occupied. Imagine getting arrested because you fell for a digital screensaver. Computers can be too fast for their own good. Some old video games run at neck-breaking speeds on modern hardware because they were designed for CPUs running at a few megahertz. The fix? Slow the computer down on purpose so it doesn't break the game. A bug in a video game once created a new programming paradigm. The game Space War was one of the first computer games ever made, and its debugging process inspired the concept of interactive programming. So technically, modern debugging tools exist because a group of nerds wanted to shoot space lasers at each other. Alright, that's it. We're done here. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.